right, get ready for another Free Friday YouTube harmonica lesson. Here we go, triple tonguing. Hey everybody, welcome back to Free Fridays, and today we're going to be talking about tonguing, triple tonguing, the staccato sound, just getting a little sharp, little attack on the top of your notes, okay? So this is one of the only advantages really of lip pursing, okay, other than a little buttery smoothness. But this is something that you get that you can't really do tongue blocking. So it's a cool thing to learn, especially if you're a lip purser or if you're interested in lip pursing. Let's go over it. So what I want to do is first start with one note. And I'm in cross harp on a C harmonica in the key of G. So the first thing I want to do maybe is pick the root note, 2 draw. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, first of all, I'm just hitting my tongue against the roof of my mouth, right behind my 2 front teeth. Okay, so I'm starting with something simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's just kind of like that. Just tonguing it. Da 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 da. Just like I'm saying that word. Da 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 da. Okay, so just hitting that little thing with your tongue is a great way to start. The next thing you want to do is try putting it on a bend note. So let's take the 2 draw double bend, giving me a dominant 7, flat 7. Kind of like lowrider. So I'm doing the same thing on the bend note. I'm just bending and going da 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 da. When you're doing this tonguing thing, and when you're getting the staccato, that nice sharp plucking sound, that ta 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 ta. The other cool thing about it is you can give each note an individual attack and ending. So when you're playing something that's kind of fast, like let's take this lick, like. So 2 draw double bend, 1 draw. What I want to do is put a t sound on each one of those. So if I play it fast, each note kind of gets its individual value. Instead of, which is a more legato sound. Now both are cool sounds, but at a certain speed, this can sound a little blurry. Whereas this is a little tighter. So it's just that little t sound gives each note its own individual value. Ba ba bo ba ba bo ba ba bo instead of ba ba bo ba 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 ba. Both are cool and both can be used for different things. If you really want to get super fancy, when you get into your really fast playing, if you can tongue each note, you can get some super fast stuff. Each note you'll be able to hear clearly. Each note is getting a little t sound right at the beginning. Okay, cautionary advice. When you're doing this tongue sound and this t sound, this staccato, the temptation is to thin your tone out, to shorten your mouth, to get that. What you want to do is not close your mouth up, not close your throat up. You want to keep as much of that natural breathing and dropped jaw as you possibly can. Remember, a good rule of thumb, it's not the only rule of thumb, but a good rule of thumb for tone on a harmonica is the more of your mouth that you can get on the harmonica, the better your tone is. The more of this thing that you can get deep in your mouth, the lower your jaw is, and you want to lower that jaw, the better your tone is. So when you're doing this, you don't want to do something like this. Like, where I'm really pursing off the harp. And I'm getting that thin, kind of weak, kind of thin tone out of it. That's one of the dangerous temptations of lip pursing. But it's only a temptation, you can surpass that temptation by just the habitual muscle memory of continuously practicing to lower your jaw. So instead of, you can, instead of, just want to lower that jaw and remember to breathe naturally. So the other thing you can do with this is sort of mix it with a slight bend or an actual half-step bend. So a microtonal bend or a half-step bend or a whole step bend even, or more, and get this kind of sound. So I'm going to start on 4-draw. I'm going to tongue the first 4-draw bend, release, and then tongue the 4-draw. You might have noticed I'm allowing a chord in there, a double stop. I'm allowing a little 5-draw to bleed through. I don't have to though. Or even a slight bend, like say on 2-draw. It's like almost a half step, just a little microtonal. And do the same thing on 1 or 3. You can use this practicing your scales. Any scale. a little sketchy on the overball. you would like to voice a half step, like say you want to go chromatically down from 2-draw to 2-draw double bend, from the root to the flat 7, but you would like to add that little half step bend in. A lot of times, without the t sound, it can sound cool like, but with the half step, and with the tongue on the half step, it almost sounds like I'm hitting a different hole for each bend on 2-draw. 3-draw. Putting that little t sound on it gives that note like an identity, an arrival. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting on 2-draw double bend, 2-draw half step bend, 2-draw. I could do it on the overblow up top. Instead of both valid sounds. One has that little sharp attack. As a side note, for those of you guys that like my amplified playing and stuff, and you've gotten into the, like say like the auto-wah pedal, right? Or a compression pedal, or both. One of the things that I'm doing to get that sound, like some of the guys go out and buy that pedal and then they write me, hey, I still can't get it. I'm using that t sound on the top of a lot of the notes when I have that pedal on. And that kind of gives it that extra steel drum quality that a lot of people are like, hey, how do you get that sound out of that rig? I got the pedals, I got the amp, I got the mic, I still can't get it. A lot of it's right here. William Clark, I'm pretty sure it was mostly a tongue blocker, but I think on Pawn Shop Blues he plays. I'm pretty sure he's lip pursing that 5-draw. You can't really do this tongue blocking as well. Here's lip pursing. Now, tongue blocking has other awesome effects that you can't do lip pursing, okay? But this little thing here is for lip pursing, and it's really cool, and it'll get a lot of flavor in your playing. And when you really want to get fast, this is going to help you to isolate, identify, and equalize the value of every single note so that your fast playing doesn't sound like blah, 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 but sounds like ba da 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 da. Like anything else, most of the time when you learn it, you're gonna go a little too far with it artistically. Maybe you'll listen back to a couple of your solos that felt great at the time. I know I have like a 5-year period that if I listen back to it, I'm like, geez, Jay, enough with this. Right? So you're gonna take it a little too far, and then you're gonna hone it in and reserve it for when you need it. Okay, so it's natural to go a little crazy with it at first, and then to kind of rein it in a little bit over the years or over time, right? You know, especially on the licks that you hear me doing where I'm playing like. I'm tonguing each note to get it. There you have it. Short lesson today on tonguing, but something that you'll work on the rest of your life. Have fun. Go nuts, kids. Appreciate it. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Honer Harmonicas. I'm using a Blue Moon harmonica. Lone Wolf Blues Company, Harp Gear Amplifiers. Please check me out on Patreon. I got a Patreon channel where I put up private videos just for Patreon patrons, usually every single week if I can. I talk about all kinds of stuff that's going on, recordings and everything. Becoming a Patreon patron keeps these videos happening every single Friday, no matter what. Okay, they're here for you, and when you contribute $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever it is that you can afford, you're also helping people out there that don't have any money, old people, young people, grandmas, grandpas, all kinds of people, dogs and cats, who knows, right? People that don't have any money, don't have any credit cards, but want to take free harmonica lessons right here on YouTube. You're supporting them, so it's a good charity, and it helps me a ton. It helps me to take time off of my private lessons and to make sure that I contribute something every week in the way of harmonica instructional content for you. I got a website, www.mooncat.org. I'm on tour a little bit more these days. Some of the tour dates are just starting to pop up. There's not a whole lot. Come on down to New Orleans and see me. I'm playing here all the time. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Triple tonguing. Take it easy.